Hello, everybody. It's Tom Huseby here tonight, along with Dylan Hastings. We're about to bring you an exciting training, a challenge, if you will. The title tonight is Cybernetico Live Webinar Challenge. Are you in? So the first thing we want to do, though, is once this goes live on your screen right there, just let us know that you can see the screen okay. Dylan's got the first slide up there right now, and let us know if you can hear us okay, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So how I want you to do that is type in a number 7. So once we see some 7s pop up, we'll know that you can hear us and see us okay, and then we'll get started, okay? Well, glad you're here.
Hey everybody, welcome to the call. Just let me know if you can hear me okay as well. I believe we've got lots of interaction over there in the live chat, so awesome to see. We've got a ton of people on here tonight. I'm actually traveling, so I apologize if I cut in and out. The internet here in upstate New York is not that great. But I wanted to make sure I was able to get on tonight and actually talk to you a lot about a challenge here that we put in place, something that we think is really going to get people motivated, excited, energized about this new Cybernetico Live platform that we have. A lot of you have already started to use it, but this is what I want to do today. I want to challenge you all here. Now, obviously, you're up for the challenge because you're here, right? We're getting a lot of 7s, getting a ton of 7s, actually, so awesome, great. Well, listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. As always, it's always a pleasure to obviously have you all here, to interact with us and to learn with us and to continue to move forward with our Ingresso Cybernetico business. So I just want to thank you all, as always, for taking some time out of your schedule each and every week here on Tuesday nights, 10 o'clock. Normally our times are at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which we're going to go back to those times next week at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And Thursday nights at 9 o'clock, and then of course we've got new member orientation this week at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure if you've never been to a new member orientation, you also plug into those, because they are an incredible step forward when it comes to building your Ingresso Cybernetico business. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Really tonight is all about challenging you to either step out of your comfort zone, challenging you to do some things or some steps or take some steps to really move forward with your business. Now, I'm actually going to disable public chat, folks, because I do find that it's a little distracting with everybody communicating with everybody. I know you guys have had a little bit of time here to chat back and forth and say, welcome to everybody, so that's great. But I'm going to go ahead and disable that so we don't get distracted with that, because there are some things here, again, that we want to make sure that you put in place and that you're serious about this particular challenge, right? I think that if you do this, just like the 30-day challenge, or just like the 30-day blueprint, right, that you will move your business forward in a way that will literally really grow your business for you exponentially as you continue to do this challenge and what we're putting in place tonight. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into it. This is actually going to be a very short presentation part of it, but I'm actually going to walk you through tonight. So if everybody's here on the computer tonight, log into your back office of Ingresso Cybernetico, because I'm actually going to do something with you tonight, and we want to actually get one of the initial steps out of the way with the challenge. So, again, excited to have you here. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about, here, hold on, let me just, here. All right, so let's go to the first slide here. Now, well, the first thing is, the first question that we asked there on the initial part of the presentation is, are you in, And I think we've already answered that question because you guys are all here, right? And that's part of the commitment and the motivation that you guys have all put forward in growing your Ingresso Cybernetico business. A lot of you have been successful with Ingresso Cybernetico here. Some of you have not seen success yet. Some of you are actually just getting started. So what better way than to get started with some of the incredible products that we obviously have here at IC. So let's talk about the challenge rules. Now, these are pretty straightforward. So what I would recommend you do is actually take out a pen and a piece of paper, snap a screenshot of this or something, and pass this around to your teams that were not able to make the call. This is recorded, so you can actually send them the link afterwards. But really, very, very important that you guys, if you're going to take the challenge, that you stick with it and that you do these simple steps to complete the challenge. If you skip any of the steps or miss any of the steps, I cannot guarantee the results you're going to receive. What I can tell you is that if you go through the steps that I'm going to outlay tonight, that you can actually see on your screen now, and we're going to walk through them individually, that you will see results in your business. Some are going to be greater than others. But some of you out there that are actually working your Ingresso Cybernetico business and you're trying to figure out a way that's going to be effective for you, this is the way. So this is the answer to the question whether or not, what can I do to grow my Ingresso Cybernetico business on the internet? And I want to answer that for you this evening. And that is step number one. We want you to create a webinar on your Cybernetico Live platform, one webinar a week for 12 weeks. Okay, now some of you said, man, that's 12 weeks, one webinar a week. Listen, folks, I do probably 6 or 7 webinars a week, and I've done it for a lot longer than 12 weeks. Now, let me tell you why we're saying do at least one webinar a week for 12 weeks. Because webinars are very, very, very powerful when it comes to building your business. They're probably the most powerful way to build your business online. The reason I'm telling you that is because with this platform that you're on this evening, Cybernetico Live, you guys all have the ability not only to hold webinars, but it's also integrated with the events on YouTube. Okay, so and it's also being integrated with Hangouts on Air, which is we're being broadcasted right now across the world. So there's people that were registered for this webinar tonight that are viewing here on our live screen, right? There's also people out there on the internet that are looking through the live Hangouts on Air, and they're actually watching our presentation and had no idea what Ingresso Cybernetico is. They have no idea what Cybernetico Live is, and that is the power of using Cybernetico Live. It's not just about getting enrollments or getting people to register for your webinars. You can actually reach a mass amount of people all from just creating a webinar, a simple webinar with Cybernetico Live, because it utilizes some of the most incredible technology that we have today, which is Cybernetico Live, which is web-based, and then we've also got Google Hangouts, which is not a marketing system, but combined, literally, it's probably the most powerful marketing system on the internet today. So the question I have for you right now is, have you even set up a webinar? Because a lot of you probably haven't even done it yet. And there may be reasons for that. Maybe you're not comfortable with it just yet. Maybe you need to, have a push, or maybe you need to figure out how to do it. Well, I'm going to actually show you tonight, okay, how to actually go through and set up a webinar. Now, we've done this in the past. We're going to not take a lot of time up tonight, but what I want to do is actually kind of walk you through it. So if you're on your computer tonight, which I'm assuming most of you are, okay, because you're using the chat feature, and you can do that on your computer as well, or on your tablets as well, but a lot of you are probably on a computer right now. So I want to challenge you tonight to follow along with me, set up your first webinar, and get this challenge kicked off in a way that literally you can start growing your business out there. And folks, I don't care what it is that you're going to do for your webinar. Just keep it applicable to Ingresso Cybernetico, whether it be the business opportunity, the products, a product in particular, or just Cybernetico Live as a product itself. Okay, you can do any of those. But that's one of the challenge rules. Keep the webinar topic about IC, Ingresso Cybernetico, or Cybernetico Live. Okay, and you can change your topics up each week. You can preset all 12 weeks right out of the gate, and quite honestly, I'd recommend you start to do that so you get very familiar with it. And once you create a webinar, you can actually copy the webinar, and it's very, very simple to modify and change and edit the other information so that you actually have a total of 12 webinars set up for 12 weeks, and you pick the dates. The other is pick a day of the week that you're comfortable with. You all know that obviously we have training on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, and then of course we got new member orientations on Wednesday nights. So Monday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday would be the dates that I would really look at and focus on. Okay, so those are the dates I would really focus on right out of the gate here, as far as getting going with the challenge. You can pick any day you want, though. Okay, you can pick on a Tuesday or Thursday if you choose. Doesn't make any difference. Okay, the other is, once the webinar is complete, once you have completed an actual webinar, okay, that you've actually hosted, just like we're doing tonight, we're actually doing a webinar right now. It's being recorded. It'll be over there on YouTube here in just a little bit for other people to replay and watch it over and over again. Once your webinar is complete, here's another rule. Okay, share the event on at least 3 social media sites. What do I mean by that? I mean by wait till the webinar is over with, okay, then either go to the replay page that you created within Cybernetico Live and share it on 3 social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, whatever it may be. I'd share it on the major 3, Facebook, Google+, and Twitter. Okay, I would actually hit those first, and then branch out to maybe some other social media sites, but 3 is the least, okay? Or you can go out to YouTube, and you can actually just take the replay, okay, from your particular webinar and share it on social media. And that's very, very easy to do. You just click the share button, or you can copy and paste the URL, post it over there on social media. You can do all that stuff, okay? The other is, before you do that, though, is edit your video event details. Okay, the title should be there because the title actually gets transferred over from the title of your event when you create it with your Cybernetico Live website. But here's what you need to do, though, in order to be effective when it comes to marketing on YouTube with Google Hangouts and Cybernetico Live. A lot of people forget to do this. They go back, okay, to the video, go to your video manager, okay, within YouTube. This is your YouTube channel, okay, and find the video that you're looking for and edit it. And go down to the bottom, and you're going to find keywords or title words, okay, that you want to make sure, okay, and this is the goal, is to have at least 10 keywords applicable to your event. If you're talking about Ingresso Cybernetico, use Ingresso Cybernetico as the keywords, okay? Use something in there for the keywords. But make sure that you have at least 10, and make sure they're applicable what you're talking about. If it's, as an example, okay, I'll give you an example here, because a lot of you, if you don't have a YouTube channel yet, that's the first place you want to start. Before you even set up a webinar, you need to go create a YouTube channel, okay? It's very, very simple to do. Just go to youtube.com, set up a channel, and you're good to go. Now, here's some keywords that I would use. Ingresso Cybernetico is one of them. IC Tool Suite, okay, that you've heard Ingresso Cybernetico called that. Cybernetico Live, okay, Hangouts on Air. Okay, a lot of those are already pre-populated. Some of those are pre-populated, like Hangouts on Air. Google Hangouts, Make Money Online. Okay, here's another one. You can use competitor products, people that actually not necessarily competitors, but other products that are applicable to Cybernetico Live, like GoToWebinar, GoToMeeting, Webinar Jam. You know, all these different ones that are out there. Because when people, and this is the purpose of doing that, because when people search GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar, and they might actually do Ingresso Cybernetico GoToMeeting, guess what's going to pop up? Your video. Because you used Ingresso Cybernetico as a keyword, also you use GoToWebinar or GoToMeeting, whichever, okay? So a lot of people forget to go back and actually add the keywords to their event, so they don't really, it doesn't necessarily get ranked within YouTube, other than the fact that it's actually up there on Hangouts on Air for other people to see. That's another challenge, okay? You got to make sure, that's another rule within the challenge. You got to make sure you do that, because then you'll get more exposure. You'll get organic exposure to your videos. And what I mean by that is you're going to get views, and you're going to get people that are going to find your videos just by them searching certain topics within YouTube. Okay, but you got to make sure, that's the real key within getting your videos exposure within YouTube. You've got to use good keywords, okay? Which really, quite honestly, folks, is just applicable to whatever it is that you're talking about. Make Money Online, Cybernetico Live, Ingresso Cybernetico, IC Tools, whatever it may be, just make it applicable to whatever it is that you're talking about on your webinar. Okay, now the other thing is include your contact details. Now this is a big one for people, and I don't know why you guys, some of you are so scared to put your contact information on your videos. You're an online marketer. You're out there marketing products that you truly believe in and that you want to make money in, right? Or that you're making money in our industry. Why would you not put your name and your phone number out there for people to contact you? Who cares if people call you about another product or service? That's when I reverse engineer and start talking about Ingresso Cybernetico. Just make sure you have a way for people to contact you. I don't know how many times I've actually went out there on the internet and looked at other avenues of people marketing their other businesses, and there's no contact information whatsoever for you to be able to reach out to that person. That is the most frustrating thing as somebody looking to join a business and not being able to contact somebody and talk to them personally if they have a question. You're missing out on sales if you're not doing that. Okay, so I want to make sure that you all understand that. Make sure you have contact information. If you don't want to include your phone number, put your email address, put your name, put your information out there. Do not put your personal address. I mean, nobody needs to go to your house. But make sure that there's a phone number to contact. If you want to use a Google Voice number, go ahead. Just make sure that there's a number there for people to contact you or reach you by email so that they can talk to you about your business. Most people have the perception that they don't want to do that because they're going to be spammed by other people. Well, guess what, folks? We get spam anyways. And who cares if somebody calls us that's talking to us about another business? Let me put it this way. I've actually had people call me about other businesses, and I've sold them on the businesses that I'm doing. Just because It's not always they're not always interested in having them join your business. They sometimes want to hear how successful you're doing or how well you love your business. Not everybody loves the businesses that they're in. We just happen to have an incredible program with Ingresso Cybernetico and Cybernetico Live that we don't have people out there that are disgruntled about our business because it's so easy to make money here, and our products bring value to our distributor base and our clients and our customers. So that is the challenge. Very simple challenge, actually. Here's the difficult part, is following through in it. And that's probably going to be the most difficult thing for everybody here. You guys will go through it. Some of you will go through it for a week and then you'll quit. And then some of you will go through it for 5 or 6 weeks and then you won't do it anymore. Let me just say this, guys, is if you do this challenge, okay, and you create, you're going to have 12 videos at the end of this challenge after 12 weeks. And out of those 12 videos, if you do exactly what I'm telling you here, not only are you going to get experience and be comfortable and get out of your comfort, step out of your comfort zone sometimes or get really comfortable with this system, and you're really going to want to use it after you do this, okay? You're going to want to use it all the time. And once you do this, those 12 videos that you create, I'm telling you right now, even if you created no more videos after those 12 videos, those videos will bring you leads and prospects and potential people to join your business for months and months and possibly years down the road. Okay, I think a lot of you that have been online marketers or network marketers, I know a lot of you on this webinar, I looked at the attendee list, a lot of you already have incredible experience with internet marketing, network marketing, okay? I know that. You all can vouch for me here, okay? I know we're not on public chat or anything, but a lot of you can vouch for me to say that, yes, YouTube is absolutely, and video marketing and webinars are the most powerful way to market your business on the internet today. And there's many different paid ways, traffic ways, there's many different things to do it, folks, but if you're looking for a free way to build your business, take the challenge because it will pay off. All right, now the objectives to the challenge, we've kind of talked about most of these here, but really the objective is to get familiar with the Cybernetico Live system. Okay, get comfortable with it, because once you're comfortable with it, you'll do it all the time. You'll use them all the time. And actually, when you talk to other people about our product, which is Cybernetico Live, or maybe Ingresso Cybernetico, you're going to be very confident in what you're talking about because you've been using it. So that's one of the objectives to the challenge. The other one is to create more exposure for your business. Some of you are out there just waiting for people to join you. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And I can tell you just from experience, even if you've brought 2 people into the business, if you're still waiting for them to go out there and build your business, it's not going to happen. It can happen, okay? I mean, it really, truly can happen. It can happen to where you could introduce 2 people and then they duplicate. If you teach them what to do and they continue to do that, yes, it can happen. Does it happen all the time? No, because most people don't go out there and build their business. They're waiting for people to come to them. They do certain things that maybe somebody told them to do that are not effective, and they're waiting for people to join the business. So that's what I'm telling you tonight. If you actually put this in place with this challenge, you will get results, whether it be just somebody to contact you to talk about your business, whether it be somebody emailing you, somebody asking to join your business. I'm actually going to look for testimonials over the months, or not over the months, excuse me, over the next 12 weeks. I'm going to actually look for testimonials on this to see, let us know if in fact, once you have done this, okay, whether or not you got conversions or you got sales or you got some type of anything to move your Ingresso Cybernetico business forward. Because I'm going to tell you there's going to be a lot of them if you do it. Okay, and then the third objective is really we wanted to create an easy way for you to duplicate action steps to produce results. There's many different ways to produce results within Ingresso Cybernetico. There's many easy ways to duplicate the action steps necessary to duplicate your business as well. I'm just giving you one way to do it because now we have an incredible system, which is Cybernetico Live, as you all know. And this program, folks, this system, we didn't want to do this right out of the gate. The reason for that is because you all know that the company's been continuing to enhance Cybernetico Live as a product. And every single day, the system gets better and better and better and better and better. So if you think you have an incredible system now, wait till 6 months from now. Wait till a year from now. We absolutely have nothing else the industry has. There's many different webinar systems out there that utilize Google Hangouts. There's nothing as powerful as Cybernetico Live, hands down. We have so many different options and leverages that we can use within Cybernetico Live that we haven't even touched yet on a lot of our training calls. You know, we've got polls, we've got offers, a lot of things you guys can't see on the back end. We actually have all of that available at our fingertips to push and sell things and to create conversions and to get interaction with you as somebody watching the webinars. There's many different things. Somebody actually mentioned, I was just watching the comments here just a little while ago. Somebody mentioned Vistaprint has a 1-800 number you can get. I don't know if there's a cost to that. Thank you for letting me know that. A lot of people like to use Google Voice. Tom, thank you. You just said Google Voice is free. Absolutely. I don't know if there's a cost. Some of you actually have hosting with Cybernetico Live, or Ingresso Cybernetico, but you also have hosting outside of Cybernetico Live, or Ingresso Cybernetico, excuse me. And they also give you sometimes, and IC Hosting may actually do this, give you sometimes a free 1-800 number within your hosting cPanel. You got to look for it, but there's many different options there. So you got to look around. There's many alternatives to a paid option. I don't recommend going out there and paying for the service because we don't necessarily need a 1-800 number, guys. You know, we don't want to pretend like we're selling, you know, something on. We're like salesmen, right? We're not selling anything. We're showing them what it is and how powerful it is and how it can benefit them as building their business. So just wanted to say that. It doesn't have to be a 1-800 number. It can be a local number. There's many different alternatives out there to get a number that will forward either to your personal line or it'll go to an answer machine, okay? All right, now, Tom, I want to bring you back on the line here if you can. Is it possible, since I'm showing my screen here, is it possible for you to pull up your Cybernetico Live back office, and we can walk through setting up a webinar? I know you're muted, buddy. Can you come back on real quick?
Yeah, I'll mute myself back up, but I'll go do that here in just a second.
Okay, and then we'll switch screens here in just a second, folks, and we'll actually walk through this. So what I want you to do, guys, right now is, if you would, and ladies, is to log into your back office for Ingresso Cybernetico. All right, I want you guys to follow along with us because some of you have not used the Cybernetico Live system yet, and this is going to be a training to show you how to set your first one up, okay? So the webinar pretty much is over from here as far as the challenge. If you missed any of the challenge rules and requirements, or I shouldn't say requirements because I hate that word, but let's just say the rules in which, if you wish to participate, okay, to get results, then go back and rewind the video if you're watching it on the replay, and pause it and make sure you write those down so that you have those, and make sure, you know, keep yourself consistent. You know, keep yourself dedicated to the 12-week challenge, because I know you guys are going to get results. I know you're going to love it, and I know you're going to love the system as well. So let me go ahead and minimize this here. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Okay, so we're off. I'm off screen share, and Tom, I think you're on screen share. Let me go ahead and. All right, perfect. Okay, so Tom's over there on Cybernetico Live. Now, this is what I want to do for folks for you right now. Okay. Somebody says it's asking us to provide a tax ID number, or I already did when signing up for IC. Okay, yes, you did. All right. Cybernetico Live in the back office. Now, if you update your tax ID number, okay, here's the trick right now, and I think I need to talk to Jatine on this to make sure we get this fixed. But when you're updating your profile, okay, the only time you need to update your tax ID number and your information within Cybernetico Live is if you want to utilize the referral URL, okay? You're probably looking on the dashboard and you're seeing where it says you need to enter your Social Security number. Don't worry about that. You don't need to do that unless you're going to, unless you want to take advantage of being able to resell the product, which I truly recommend that you do, okay? Here's the trick when you're updating your information over at Cybernetico Live. And for the person that asked that question or that mentioned that, you will notice that on all of our products, okay, on all of Ingresso Cybernetico's products, well, actually, maybe not all of them, but Magic Responder and a few of the other ones actually require, if you go to your profile, you can enter your Social Security number as well. But, folks, it's all secure. There's no system out there that is not secure. If you look up at the top right or left-hand corner, you can see HTTPS. Everything is absolutely secure because this is where you can earn commissions as well, okay? So when you're filling out the profile, here's the key. Right now, a lot of people don't have a secondary area for their addresses, Okay, if you don't fill out a secondary area of the address, okay, you have to put just a period there and hit save. If you don't do that, it's going to keep kicking it back. Okay, it's going to tell you that you need to have that area filled out. Just put a period there for now. Just hit save. We'll get that that ironed out and that fixed. I noticed that the other day, and we'll get that ironed out, unless it may have already been fixed. But let's go ahead and move on to the webinar itself. Okay, Tom's actually on the webinar screen. So this is your Cybernetico Live back office. Before we move forward, can everybody let me know? Do you give us a yes if you're in your back office through Cybernetico Live, and if not, we'll give you guys just a minute or so to log into that while you're on the webinar, and we'll walk you through it. And you're very welcome for the person that asked that question. So again, folks, I know there's a little slight delay. There always is, and that's cool. We are going to wait for you guys to let us know that yes, you are ready to go, because this is going to be your first. This is going to be the first step to your challenge to creating your first week's webinar. Today's Tuesday, so you got the rest of this week to hold a webinar. Maybe the weekend you want to do it on the weekend. That's cool. And let me just say this: if you don't have anybody register for your webinar, still do it, because remember what I said. It's not always the people that are registering for your webinar that are going to be the ones that actually are going to watch the webinar. You're going to have people all out there. Okay, you're going to have people out there that are going to be viewing on Hangouts on Air, YouTube. You could post it on social media. Make sure you post your registration link everywhere so that people know that, hey, you're doing a webinar tonight. Jump on. Who cares if you're with another company? Check out what it is we've got with Cybernetico Live and with Ingress to Cybernetico. All right, so, okay, all right, awesome. We got lots of yeses, so great. All right, so listen, I noticed we've got some public chat as well, so we'll have to look into that because everything should be private at this moment, but that's okay. No big deal. All right, so somebody says, ready and excited. All right, awesome. Woohoo! All right. Well, listen, all right, so the first thing we want to do is actually go to the blue button where it says click to create a webinar. All right, and Tom's showing you on the screen here. All right, now this is what you want to do now is create your title of the webinar. Create whatever it is you want to do. Remember what we said as far as the rules. You want to keep it specific to Ingress to Cybernetico, or you want to keep it specific to Cybernetico Live. Put something there that's catching, all right? Somebody just asked, how do I get into Cybernetico Live? Go into your Ingress to Cybernetico back office, click on the Products tab, and click on the Webinar System, I believe. Okay, and I'll wait for you here again. And this is going to be recorded, folks, so you guys can always go back and watch this. But for the sake of time, we're going to go through this here. Tom has actually got all right, so he's got his title on there. Cybernetico Live is amazing. Go, put okay, there we go. Yeah, anything like that. Something catchy. Moves you. What does that say? All right, so anyway, Tom's a little creative there, but you want to get something. I can't read that, Tom, but that's okay. Whatever the title is that Tom's put in there, right? Keep a title. Keep it something that's catchy. Do not be spammy, okay? Or people will not register for it. Here's the deal. Here's something I just learned the other day that, quite honestly, really kind of sank in to me. Create something funny. Create something that's going to catch people's eye. Don't create the boring stuff that people create on a regular basis. Join the webinar, find out how you can make money, blah, 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 blah. We all know that stuff, folks, turns people off. Stop doing it. Put something on there that's funny. Put something on there that literally, you're not going to believe what this guy did with Cybernetico Live or something like, something catchy, something that people literally are going to, they're not going to be able to, not register to find out what it is. So Tom's over there. So Tom actually created the date and the time. Now here's the trick. Right now, the time zone. Make sure that your time zone matches up. So what we found is that if you're Eastern Standard Time, you want to have GTM -4. It doesn't matter which one you pick, but because we're in a time zone that honors what do we want to say, daylight savings time. All right, we want to make sure that right now the system doesn't recognize that, so you have to do GTM -4 to be the same time here on Eastern Standard Time. Okay. If you do another time zone like Pacific Standard Time, it may actually be correct. Just check the time, make sure that it's consistent with what you're doing, okay? When the next thing down, it shows select an autoresponder. Do not worry about that right now because this is really just to get out there and create some webinars. If you were creating a webinar that you wanted to sell something or you wanted to follow up with people, this gives you the ability to create a campaign through Magic Responder, which is integrated with Cybernetico Live, and you can take that campaign ID and literally every person that registers for your webinar will receive that campaign set for however you set it out, whether it be like a day's delay or however it may be. Don't worry about that today, okay? We're not going to worry about that. Folks, if you got Spanish, change the English to Spanish. Whatever you're going to do, we're going to use it. We're going to use English. Do not worry about the free. It's always going to default to free. We want to do free webinars right now, but it does give you the ability to do paid as well as I can't read that, but it's as well as other ways as well. So you guys can see there on your screen. For those of you that are following along on the computer, you guys can see the different options there. And then that's it. And once you get, sorry, go ahead, Tom.
Free, paid, and private.
Okay, great. I can't see on the screen there because it's I've got my screen minimized so I can see the rest of it. But awesome, thank you. All right, so here's the next step. Now we go to save module. All right, once we get to save module, here's where people get intimidated, which quite honestly that you shouldn't because it's not very intimidating. All you need to do, just like with our IC lead pages, you just go step by step through the scenarios and make sure that they're complete to your liking, right? So here's what we're going to do. We're not going to change the sign-up email. Never change the sign-up email, really, unless you want to add Eastern Standard Time or Pacific Standard Time to the date. So you can see right there where Tom is. It actually has a hyperlink or a hot, what do we want to call that, a variable there. And what it does is that on the date the webinar is scheduled for, it's going to pull that data from the information. So you can always add Eastern Standard Time or Pacific Standard Time so that that email goes out and it's to your time zone, okay? Here's what we're going to do, okay? Once we're done with this, this is the part that you just filled out. Now we want to click up at the top tabs, right? You can see where it says presenter. You're going to click that, okay? You want to add a presenter, okay? We're not going to go through that process, but you guys get the idea. You guys add your name, add your email address if you want. Personally, I don't put an email address there, but you want to add a title underneath it, right? So Tom's putting his name. He's skipping the email address, but he's putting, hey, he is the, what does that say? He's saying, I can't see that, Tom, but he's saying, I know you're on mute, buddy, don't worry about it, but he's saying he's good, I guess, and then he's putting his picture on there, right? All right, so once he's got his picture on there, don't worry about the size, guys, because it'll actually shrink it down for you to the correct size. Then you click Save. Well, there you go. Now you got your presenter there. Move on to the next module. All right, now here's the easy part. You've got all these different slides in here for the registration page. You guys have all seen these because you guys have registered for these through the presentation, right? Or through these training calls. So pick whatever one you want. Pick any of them. If you don't want to have a video, pick one that doesn't have a video. I think that's the one I used for tonight. You guys can see the one there. Yeah, the one that Tom's got right there. That's the one I picked. If you're going to have a video, just make sure that you include the video within the registration page. Okay, it's very important because otherwise there's no video there and it's just blank. It doesn't look right. But for this case, we're going to use one with not video. Tom's got his title there, or the company name. And here's the trick. The company name is very important that you have it consistent with where do you want the emails to come from when Cybernetico Live sends out the confirmation that the webinar that you've successfully registered for the webinar. Because if where it says company name, you want to make sure where Tom's highlighting there, you want to make sure that that company name is exactly what you want the email to appear in somebody's inbox, because that's where that information is going to be pulled from. Okay. Now he's going to do a subtitle, which is basically the topic of the webinar. So you want to take the initial topic of the webinar that you had and you want to put it there. All right, and then we're going to skip the subtitle and just go down to the bottom. We're not going to put a footer. We do recommend that you do put a footer though. So put 2014. You can put something funny. You can put your name. You can put whatever you want down there, but make sure you have that information there if you choose. Okay. And it looks like Tom's going to put them, because it was long there, he's going to put it on 2 lines, which is fine. You can see the video section. Now remember, guys, we actually picked a webinar registration page that does not have video. Now don't get confused by that. There will be a spot there for video. That's just typical because we have other capture pages that offer video. Don't touch anything with it. Don't delete it. Don't do anything with it because we don't need to. All right, Tom put a footer down there, okay, and he's going to hit save. All right, now we got to go to the next page, right? Go to the next page, which is, I think, the recorded page. All right, so this is telling us, do you want to have a recorded page? Absolutely yes, guys. You want to make sure you always have a recorded page. Okay, and it's going to carry the information over that you typed in the last box. Hit save. Go to the next one. And guys, I know I may be going a little fast here for the sake of time, but again, this is recorded. You guys can always go back and watch this, okay? Title, have this. Here's what I like to put. I like to put thank you or congratulations. This is the thank you page that you guys go to when you register for our training calls, okay? You can be very creative with this stuff. Quite honestly, you can get as creative as you want to. This is what's great about Cybernetico Live. You can literally customize this however you choose. Once you get done with that, you can either have a video or not a video. It's up to you guys, okay? If you want a video, just put it in there. If not, it won't have a video, okay? You can actually have a call to action button as well if you want them to be driven to somewhere. And you know, you can put a destination URL. You can put text there. Tom's going to put text there. I don't think we're not going to put a URL there because we don't need to. Or unless, Tom, you have one, you can put one in there. Feel free. And then he's going to hit next button here in just a second. And guess what, guys? We are pretty much done with our webinar. Okay? The follow-up emails, don't touch them because we don't really need to mess with them. Okay? The next step is going to be basically to go to our links. Okay, actually, this is our webinar offers. We're not going to do any webinar offers. We're not going to do any polls, although you can, and you guys can get creative with that. We're not going to start the webinar right now, and we're going to go to the links portion. And Tom, if you could just click on the top link to show them what the registration page looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the page that you're going to use to send out to people for your webinar. Okay. Now, I know I went pretty fast with this. I know I asked a lot of you to sign into Cybernetico Live so that you could follow along. This will be up on YouTube and recorded for replay here in the next few minutes, okay? So you guys will be able to go back there and replay this so you can follow through with it. Here's what I want to tell you. Here's what's exciting. Tom, can you go to the main dashboard real quick? Here's what I want to tell you guys that's really exciting, okay? Once you create your first webinar, which most of you have done while we're on this call, you can now find that webinar, okay, which Tom's looking down there at the bottom screen where it says upcoming webinars, and you can click the action step. And guess what you can do with that? You can copy the webinar. Okay? When you copy the webinar, it will literally duplicate the webinar you just created. Now here's what you want to do. You do not want to have a webinar with the same exact text or title as every single webinar you've done, unless you're going to do something consistently week over week for the next 12 weeks. What I recommend you do is switch it up a little bit. Change the text and the title a little bit so that it catches people that may be looking at the different posts, you know, the posts that you're posting on social media. Again, guys, and ladies and gentlemen, get creative with it, get funny with it, get jiggy with it, whatever you want to do. I know that's corny, but I couldn't resist. But hey, listen, you know what I mean. Seriously, just get creative with it. Get really, really creative with it, because I'm telling you, some of the stuff I've seen lately really grabs my attention. There was actually an article I read just recently about a guy saying about how marketing just, you know, if you're marketing on social media and you're marketing other places, what are you going to pay attention to? Something that's funny or something that's not? And we see all the time as online marketers, we see the same things over and over and over again. Jump in now, get a position now. We're going to make $1 million with $2. You know, all this other garbage. I mean, be funny with it. Be funny, because that's where people are going to register for your webinars and check it out. And have a personality when you're on there. You know that's hard for me sometimes because I'm so serious a lot of times. But seriously, just go out there and just have fun with it. Who cares who's watching? Do not sit there and look at the viewers on the webinar and say, oh my gosh, I got 5 people watching my webinar, what do I do? Do something. Show people how to create a Cybernetico Live webinar. There you go. Show people how incredible this system is that we have in our hands to market our Ingresso Cybernetico business or any other business out there. Okay, a lot of you out there are doing other things as well. That's fine, whichever. But what I want to tell you is use the tools and the products to build whatever business that you choose. Okay, it's important to do that because there is so much value here, and some people are just not using it or getting it. They're so focused on making the money part of it that they're not focused on the other activities. Okay. Now, I want to thank everybody tonight. You guys are all awesome. You guys, I know you guys always are so participant, and you guys always provide your feedback. If you have any questions, let's just say this: we're at 41 minutes past. I'll be more than happy to answer a few questions for you before we close it out. So please ask your questions now. Thank you again so much. I hope you're up for the challenge. Take the challenge. Show us what you got. I can't wait to see all of these webinars out there. Let me ask you to do this, guys. Go out there and tag. I don't know if we should do this, but tag Ingresso Cybernetico in your Hangout, okay, or in your webinar, okay, or well, actually don't do that because it's going to show up on the Facebook page over there, but. Just when you do a webinar and you get it completed, go over there and post on Ingresso Cybernetico USA. Post on there and let people know that, hey, I just did a webinar with Cybernetico Live, and tell them what feedback you have, because there's people not in Ingresso Cybernetico that are out there looking at that page, and we want to show the world, guys and ladies and gentlemen, what this system does and how awesome it is, because I'm telling you, we have an incredible system, and we need to be out there using it daily. And this is the challenge I gave to you all. I hope you accept it. Thank you all so much again for your time, and I'll answer any questions you guys have. I'll stick around here for a few minutes, okay? Somebody asked a question real quick. What did you say about the time on Eastern Standard Time? Do I still choose -4 or -4? Yes. Right now you have to, okay, because the way that the time zones are set up, you'll see that it says Eastern Standard Time there, but it says GTM -5. If you select that, your webinar is going to be an hour behind, okay? So just to let you know that, the time will not be correct. So you just pick anything that says GTM -4. The registrant can't see the time zone that you've picked. They just need to make sure it's the time in which you're holding the webinar, okay? Because otherwise it gets people all mixed up as to what time you're starting. So hopefully I answered that for you. Here's another one. Somebody said... let's see. The more I learn about this company, the more I'm convinced that this is what I've been looking for. It is everything has everything so much potential. Does it get rid of fear? Well, let me put it this way. The only way to get rid of fear, really, quite honestly, is just to go out there and do it, and do not care what other people think. Okay? Do not care what other people judge you and what you do. You're going to find that the Ingresso Cybernetico community and family is so supportive of everything you do, and that's why I tell you, go out there and post on Ingresso Cybernetico USA and let them know what you've done and what feedback you've had and how great it is or the experience was for you. Because we need to all lift each other up as a community. We need to come together as marketers and change this industry for the better. And folks, we have the products and services to do it, and the compensation plan and product and everything else. So please, just make sure you let other people know what you're doing, because truly we want to hear it. We're out here to support you. If you want us on the webinar, put it over there on Cybernetico Live. You know, there's a lot of people out there watching that thing. We'll go out there and I'll tell you. I'll tell you firsthand. I know Dwayne himself, okay, has been on multiple people's webinars that has been using Cybernetico Live, and I'll tell you guys, from the feedback he's given me and other people within the company, everybody else, I can tell you he is one happy man when it comes to, and Dwayne Jr. as well, Juan Carlos, Jatine, those guys all see what you guys are doing out in the marketplace. And I'll tell you, they pay attention to that stuff. And I'll tell you, if we get 100 people, okay, posting that they did a Cybernetico Live webinar, they got results, guys. I'm telling you, it's going to be so much gratitude for me as well, and I know it's going to help you with your business as well. And those guys will be, so excited to know that you guys are using the systems, the tools to build your business. That's what they were built for. and that's what we want you to do. So somebody said, can I delete what I made tonight for training purposes? Yes, you absolutely can. Just go in there and delete the webinar. Just use the drop down of the actions tab and delete it. If you made a copy webinar and something messed up, delete it. You can always start over from scratch regardless. There's no reason that you cannot delete it and start over if you choose, okay? I know I know I went fast on some of this stuff, guys, so some of you may not have actually followed along with some of it because I was going a little fast, but go back and watch it and just watch it through the steps there, and I think you'll get everything that you need. Somebody said, this is an amazing team. Proceed with posture. Hey, listen, that's great. You know, you guys are an amazing team, truly, and you guys are all some amazing people and marketers, and I just want to thank you again for all your participation and feedback and everything like that. So I really do truly appreciate it, and I thank you all for being here. It's awesome. And let's see, does anybody have any other questions real quick on anything we covered as far as the training? Let's see. What is the Facebook page? Like the one you are using. No, actually, the one I'm using is okay, somebody just posted it there. Actually, it's in private. Karen, let me actually see. Let me click on this, guys, real quick, and I'll bring this over to you. Thank you for posting that there. I truly appreciate it. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think. Tom, actually, I know you're still on here, buddy. Can you do me a favor and grab the Facebook link for me for Aggressive Cybernetico, and stick it in there in public chat for us so that we can let everybody know what the Facebook page is.
Yeah, I'll go get it. Hold on.
Okay, great, thanks. All right, so somebody says, is this correct? Language is in Spanish. No, I mean if you're doing an English webinar, you want to do it in English. You don't want to do it in Spanish. It's up to you. You can pick either or. But if you're English speaking and you don't know anything about how to read Spanish, I wouldn't pick Spanish because you're not going to be able to read it. So no, pick English on that one. All right. Somebody said, what is the minimum membership level for this? The minimum membership level for Cybernetico Live is you have to be at the $100 business center or higher, and you have to be active in your business for at least 90 days. Okay. So if some of you on the webinar tonight are do not have access to Cybernetico Live, here's the opportunity for you to upgrade now. Because even though you may spend a little extra money today, with you creating this challenge, it's going to help you move your business forward a lot faster than just sitting at the $50 board. Okay? I promise you. You need to be able to have access to these products. Somebody said the training was helpful. Thank you so much for letting me know that. I do truly, again, appreciate your comments. Okay, Tom posted the Aggressive Cybernetico Facebook page. Okay, thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. All right, so guys, there's the Facebook page that you want to post on. Okay, so don't necessarily go out there tonight and post on it because we want you to do your Cybernetico Live challenge, and then go out there and just let people know that, hey, I just did a challenge tonight. I just did a post, or actually I just completed my first webinar. You can post a link in there. Well, actually, I don't post any links over there, guys, because I don't want you guys to get in trouble for that, okay? Because some of you are talking about your Aggressive Cybernetico business, and there's not supposed to be marketing on the front of that website, so don't post your links over there. I don't want you guys to get in trouble there, but I do want you to just let people know the feedback of Cybernetico Live. Don't post any links. Just let people know that, hey, I just did a Cybernetico Live webinar tonight, and it was the bomb, right? Or I had a one sale from my webinar tonight, or whatever. Don't make fictitious numbers, but give us the results that you guys are getting, because we definitely want to see those over there, okay? And again, this is it, guys. I want to go ahead and close this out tonight. Here's what I want to say tonight, because in closing, is here's the challenge, right? We've given it to you. the hardest part right now is really just to put it in action and be consistent, be persistent, and continue to do this each and every week. Whether you have 1 viewer, 2 viewers, or 10, or 20, or 100, right? Go out there, make this happen, and I promise you, it can be life-changing for your business and your Egresso Cybernetico, business opportunity. And then, of course, also the comfort and the experience level that you're going to get using Cybernetico Live, okay? And we'll check in with you also next week with the training and things like that. We'll check in with you guys to see how you're doing with that before maybe we kick off another training. But listen, I truly appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. I look forward to the commitment and seeing all the results that you guys are getting with Cybernetico Live. So with that, folks, have a wonderful evening. I'm glad that my internet was up and stayed live tonight, because truly I thank you so much for all of your participation this evening. You guys are all amazing. And we look forward to seeing you on the next training Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, okay? And then we've also got the new member orientation, which is 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time this week with Dwayne Jr., okay, guys? Have a wonderful evening. Take care. God bless. Thank you all again so much.